8.
You're watching Experience Comic Culture and Sales. Streaming live daily to Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter.
2, 1.
Good evening, everybody. Thanks again for coming back to SketchUp. My name is Mel, and alongside me I have Mog Park, my beautiful wife, and the star of the show. All right, so tonight we have a very, very special show tonight. We have special guest Jason Dube. He has a campaign that is going on right now, I believe, called Shadow Hunters. He's also done Kill Jessica Kill, and we're going to be taking a look at that and many of the other projects that he has under his belt. Along with that tonight, we've got a ton of giveaways, so you'll hear more about that later on in the show. And also joining us tonight, we've got fan fave Jen Leonard, Nathaniel Osolo, and Philip McVan. And so don't go away. Go ahead and grab your favorite beverage and snacks, and we'll see you right in a bit. Hey everyone. So what shows are you guys headed out this weekend? Dragon Con is going on. We've got a lot of friends that are there, and it's great to be back. Steve, thank you very much for that. Ilya, I see you there too.
They all missed you. Now.
Hey,
you know how much.
Thank you very much.
They couldn't stand it anymore. You know, I
But
tried my best.
We were on last week. So
no, you weren't there. I tried to fill that hole, but
that's right.
It was a huge.
Right.
What is that word?
Yeah.
You know how they say giant footsteps? You try to fill the footsteps.
The void.
I think
the
there's
void. You're trying to fill the void.
I tried to.
Anyway,
fill
yeah, I'm back. I don't know what it is about Chicago. That was the third time I came back with Chicago, and I was sick. And I believe this time I didn't test myself. Somehow we ran out of the test kits.
Sure
but I do believe that it was COVID. Yeah. So then this was, even though I took a booster shot at the beginning of the year, this one kind of hit me the hardest. So that was kind of weird. Yeah, maybe that COVID virus is getting stronger. You know, I'm gonna have to double up on that booster shot. But it is great to be back. I'm glad to see all you guys there. Stevie B, I see you there. Anyway, so we do have deep dish disease.
We didn't have any deep dish.
I didn't have any deep dish pizza though.
Yeah,
I had some other good stuff, but not that. Tonight we've got like a lot of good stuff that's happening on tonight. Giveaway bag this time is there's quite a bit of items in there, so get in on that. You want to put in # EXP Shadow Hunters. Kind of a long name this time, but it's going to be well worth it for you to win the giveaways that we got tonight. And we are introducing in the giveaways our first ever Art in the Dark. And you're going to find out more about that. Nobody knows what that is. None of the producers, not even Mog knows about that, because I just thought about it last minute. So we got that going on. Hey, don't forget to hit that follow button. Help us increase our fellowship here, so that way we can continue to bring you great shows like Nick Rucci's original art show every Fridays at 7 p.m. Is that Eastern Standard Time? 7? No, that's Pacific Standard Time. Okay. And if you can help us out by filling out a survey, that will help us as well. And hopefully we can get the link up for that in the comments there. If not, I'll tell you how you can fill out that survey. So tonight, Mog, what are you working on?
I'm working on the main character of Shadow Hunters. It's on this blank sketch cover, and her name is Jenna, and she's a vampire.
Jenna the vampire. You know, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Do you like working on vampires?
I think so, yeah.
Because you're also getting ready to start the sequential pages for Ruxy the vampire.
I totally forgot.
Yeah, and I guess that's why you need a manager.
I know. I really need to, man.
Ilya says they're feeding me Pepto. Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay.
Really?
Yeah. Why? I don't think I want to go. Anyway,
Yeah.
so you got that starting. That's if you guys want to open up on that, bidding on that is going to start on 75. That
Mhm.
is on a Shadow Hunters Bite Me blank sketch cover. Look at that. Pretty
Boy,
nice looking cover there too.
the quality is
Yeah.
very good. It's very sketchable. It's very thick material, and I think it's like I don't know how many pages, but I feel like it's more than 24 pages. It's like
Yeah.
a lot of
So whoever gets that,
yeah.
I believe that's issue for number 1. We'll get that verified. But
Mhm.
whoever gets that gets a nice little jump into that series, and then we'll let you know how you can get to pick up the rest of that, along with the other books that Jason has under his leadership. Right. So without further ado, let's bring out our special guest, Jason.
Hey, hey, hey!
Jason.
I'm already getting
Oh,
to work on my drawing. So,
okay.
and Mog, I'm drawing Jenna too.
Yay! You'll see 2 interpretations.
So,
Well,
2
you're the
vampires for the joined us tonight.
Okay, so that's an 11 by 17, right?
Yeah, I do pretty much all my art on 11 by 17s. When I'm working traditionally, I do. I guess I can lead into talking to what I do. So on Mondays, I do a YouTube show called Drawing with Dube, and basically I take out 11 by 17 and I just let the people request, whoever's watching the show, if anyone, request what they want drawn, and that's what I usually do. And so it's like 1 hour long. I try and get pencils, inks all done in the hour, and if there's any time left over, I do like a speed art or something.
All right, and then what do you do? What do you do? You give it away? You sell it?
I just kind of stockpile it here.
Okay.
Sometimes if it's really cool and people like it, I'll put it up on my eBay store and put it on there. But I like your setup. You get to put the bidding out early, and hopefully the artwork turns out good so people will like it. But
yeah.
I like that because it's kind of like they know that, hey, let's put some money down on their work. So I like that.
Yeah. So yeah, we do this, and it's actually fairly cheap, and it's much cheaper than what we normally sell the artwork for. And it's basically kind of just for fun, getting this stuff out there, so that everybody has a chance to get a piece of art. And it's been doing pretty well. We've got a pretty good sell rate. I want to say at least 80%. It's probably higher than that. But if anybody wants to bid on that 11 by 17 Jenna, Jason is accepting bids at $150, and you can tell already he's got a good amount of work on there, and he'll get that all done. It's looking pretty sharp there.
I got a lot of inspiration from Jen in the group here, because when you set up that group chat on Facebook, and everyone starts showing off their artwork, I'm like, well, I got to start drawing, man. I'm in. You're getting me excited. So
yeah. Well, Jen likes to get a head start when she's doing something like that, and because she's slow, and Mog is even slower. So, but Mog is actually pretty good. She's gotten like a whole lot faster now, and so she doesn't get a head start like she used to.
You have to let people know that I'm slow.
I just did.
Oh, that way.
No.
I did.
No, never improve, because that way, if I ever do get speed up, I have leeway.
Well,
don't tell people I improved, okay?
When that comes to managing the amount of work you did and making sure that you space it out right, and that's what I try to do with the jobs that we get. So, but and you also have a second piece that you're putting up for auction there,
so
Jason.
I have this one. Now, this is a free comic book day variant of Shadowhunters Bite Me. And this one is a little bit different from what Mog has.
Okay.
So this is a different edition. It was a blank. So we put these out. and it has half. I'll make sure these are pages I can show. It has half the Bite Me comic in there that we gave away for comic book day, and then it says like to be continued in Bite Me, and it has an ad there, and coming to Kickstarter May 2022. So
nice.
A way for us to advertise the Kickstarter before it came, Jason. And then it has a backup book by Noel.
Oops. All right, so hopefully he'll come back on, but the starting bid on that is $30. So it's a low bid that if you want to get that started, it's probably won't stay.
Where'd I go?
Jason.
Okay.
How many pages is the Bite Me one, the one I'm working on?
So most of the books are usually around 36, 38. You know, it does have to be increments of 4, but I think that one's a 36-page.
Okay. It does feel very thick, so I was.
Yeah, and unfortunately, I always write long, because especially like the Bite Me book, I was trying to get a complete story arc or complete story in a one-shot almost. So I didn't want it to be any, even though it does kind of continue into the series. I wanted it to tell the full story all in one shot. So it did kind of get kind of thick. And Noel Serrato, who does amazing artwork in the first half of that book, I guess both of us, we like our splash pages. So the story kind of expands more and more pages. But yeah, I have the Shadowhunters Bite Me free comic book day version that also has a Blinth comic backup feature in it. And this one, Blinth, is actually being published right now through Anarch Press. For a short run, so that's kind of cool. When we did this, we didn't expect that to happen later on.
That's good.
That was cool. Yeah. And then I was telling you about the Shadowhunters number 5 that I'm adding to your giveaway. So Shadowhunters number 5 actually completes the first story arc of Shadowhunters. So it's issues 1 through 5 kind of tell one story arc. I'm not starting over, but issue number 6, which I will be launching next month. Right now, the campaign is in pre-launch, so I believe that's the link I gave you for that one. People can get the notify. They can hit that notify button to check out Shadowhunters number 6. But this book is 52 pages, and
wow,
yeah, I went a little crazy on that. It's because I was so excited to complete the story arc that I basically almost put 2 comics into one, and I was told I should have just done two more books, but I was too excited. And I said, I just want to give the fans extra bonus comics, so they got.
There you go. Okay, all right. Let's bring in some of the other people that we have here, and then we'll come back to you, Jason.
Sure.
All right, so let's bring out our fan favorite, one of our fan favorite artists, Jen Leonard. And she's here with a ton of artwork tonight. And you are looking at a possible Xenoscope cover that she's working on.
I can't guarantee it. I have to send that in and get approval first, but they have the first shot at it.
It's looking good.
Yeah.
Okay. And if you want to bid on this, it is $150. So you can put that and get that started in the comments if you like that. And thanks for coming on tonight. Never too old for Lego, and Asis too. Thank you for that. I see Short Circuit is back as well. Mike Wysolaski just came on, or I just seen him now. Mike's a really cool guy. He loves our artwork. All right, and we also have Nathaniel Oslo.
Hey everybody, how you all
doing? Hey Nate, today? How's it going, buddy?
Good. Can you hear me?
What you working on?
I'm working on Dark Mouse. This is my one-shot black and white comic from a crowdfunder campaign I did last year. This is black ink on a black cover. I'm not sure how well you can see that there, but it looks great. Trust me. Oh, there we go. It's a little.
Wow.
So it's super slick. In all of my books, I always do a blank page on the inside. That way I can do some custom art for whoever picks up the book at a show. And today that's what I'm working on. I'm going to customize this first page. There's a little peek at the interiors. This was an Inktober project a couple of years ago, and last year is the year that I decided to print it. It's a limited run. It's only 200 copies of this out in the world, or that exist in the world. And I'm drawing this. I'm going to draw a 5x7. This is like a smaller book. This is like 8.5 by 5.5. So I'm going to do this original in here. I'm going to do some remarking on the cover, and I'm going to do a 5x7, and all of that together is going to be $50.
Dang! That's a lot of artwork for $50. Somebody place a bid on that real quickly.
Yes.
And also, you're also tonight. You're what are you giving away again?
Oh, I am giving away. Thanks for reminding me. I'm giving away a sticker pack of Dark Mouse stickers. So this is where's my camera? This is Dark Mouse punching a guy. Is Dark Mouse looking like a badass? Oh, just an assortment of badass mice stickers here.
Adorable.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh man, like the book just sitting there, that you can see the reflection really good there.
Very cool, very cool, very cool stuff. And we already have a bid on that Dark Mouse set. We got a $50 bid from Ilya. Thank you for that.
You're my
Ilya.
baby, Ilya. You know that,
You're
right?
first on the board tonight. So.
Thanks so much.
All right. And then we also have Philip McVan is back on here tonight.
Yeah, Phil.
Hey, Philip, what are you working on?
I am working on a Batman.
Wow. The
Whoa.
Dark Knight.
Batman-esque. Batman and Robin. There's Robin.
Interesting take on Robin. All right. And your starting bid on that is?
65.
65. So if you want to get this piece from Philip, $65 will get that going. And I guess our theme tonight seems to be almost like dark. We got art in the dark. We got a Dark Mouse, and Philip is working on the Dark Knight. How does that?
Hey.
So, we got a dark trifecta going in a way there. All right. And if you want to get in on those giveaways on the Dark Mouse sticker set and the Shadowhunters number 5, and we have 3 other giveaways that we're going to be doing later on tonight, including the art in the dark. And I'll tell you more about that later on in the show. Put in # ESP Shadowhunters, and that will get you in the running for any of those giveaways. And we'll tell you how you can, we'll be able to get that to you later on in the show as well. Okay. So let's go back to Jason. Let's find out more about who Jason is.
Yeah.
All right, Jason. So let's get started here. How long have you been in comics a long time? Is that something you've been into, or?
Yeah, so I started in high school with a first project called The Dead Walk, and that was like a comic book project that I got through reading Fangoria magazine, and someone was like,
oh, wow.
Selling their Dead Walk comics, and I contacted them, and I was like, hey, if you ever need another artist, I'd be happy to do it. Next thing I know, I'm drawing zombies. So that was the first time. That was the
how old were you then?
1991. So what was I? 17, 18? About.
Okay, that's like the start of the big comic boom.
Yeah,
that we had when Image was coming up.
Yes,
interesting. Okay.
Yes, there was a lot of excitement in comics. That's what I wanted to do. I wanted to get, they really got me all into it. And I remember going to the convention not long after that, and meeting all my heroes, as we were talking about, and a lot of publishers and artists, they had some real hard truths for me, and I'm showing them my work, and they're like, yeah, and they give you a list of everything you need to fix, and right now it's not going to happen for you. Maybe this isn't the kind of thing you want to be getting into. And some people were really nice, and I guess we're a little bit nicer, giving me a little bit of hope. But yeah, it was some hard truths, and so I had to come up with some, kind of make up my mind. Am I going to not do this, or am I going to, because getting into the company was kind of the way to go, and it didn't look like that was going to happen. So then I decided I'm going to do my own comic book, and if no one buys it, no one's into it, at least I'm still drawing and having fun. And so I created a comic book called Scattered, and that kind of started the whole ball rolling. And I did Scattered for about 30 issues and collected it. And the series picked up some fans, picked up some followers, and by the time I went to my first convention, which was ApeCon, I had people.
You said that was ApeCon?
Yeah, it was ApeCon, APE.
Oh, ApeCon. Okay.
Yeah.
That's out of San Francisco?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. It wasn't. No, it was in San Jose actually at that time.
Oh yeah.
It did move to San Francisco.
Right.
That's the same one before it was bought by Comic-Con.
Right.
But Alternative Press Expo. So I brought I Xeroxed these comics at the time. They were just Xerox comics with a little staple in the corner. So they were not polished comics at all. But that's where I got started, and it's just evolved ever since to where I'm at now, where Scattered is still going. It's in its second series. It was in Previews magazine of back in 2000. And after that, I started doing stuff like Panda Days, Shadow Hunters, which is probably the most widely known book that I do now, and Blend, which is taken on a life of its own. So yeah, so that's my comic book stuff. I've been doing it for about 30 years now, so I feel like I've been doing it forever.
Time flies, huh?
Okay, so when you started Scattered Comics, right? Were you putting that through previews, or were you just producing that and kicking it out yourself?
Yeah, well, so when I first started, I was not putting it through anything. It was basically a comic. I was kind of almost doing it for myself in a way. I was drawing it totally unprofessionally. It was on 8.5 by 11 pieces of paper. I would take a handful of pages that would make sort of a story, take them down to the Kinko's, and print up like 50 copies, and then mostly hand them off to my friends. Like, oh, hey, look what I made. So
yeah, there's actually, I hear that around the guys that were getting in at that time, and just at the very beginning, that's not an uncommon story. I like the Kinko's part because that's something that was common. Everybody was using Kinko's at that time.
Yeah,
that's where you went. It was affordable.
Yeah, don't feel bad. I made my first comics. I was just only making 10 prints, but unfortunately I brought my dad with me, and he said, 10, you're only going to make 10 and distribute it. And then he ordered 100.
Oh, wow.
So I never got, to this day, got rid of them. Thanks, Dad.
Oh.
Kinko's, 100 copies.
But do you have a copy of number 1 yourself, Jason?
I may have one in a box.
Those are cool to look at, when you go back and just kind of see where you came from and compared to where you're at now.
Some of my old friends from back in the day, once in a while, they'll post on Facebook and put out all the old Xerox books that I gave them. And they're all, hey, remember these? I was like, oh my Lord, don't show this to anybody.
Scary. But yeah.
But yeah, it's. I think Mog's right. Time just flies. It just kind of blows me away.
Okay, but I got to give you credit. Okay, now I've never seen this comic book, but you did 30 issues of this?
Yeah, 30 issues, and then I did actually go back, and because by the time I hit 30 issues, that was when I actually started around issue 24. We started doing like a more professional format, and where I was getting it printed at Brenner Printing. They were getting distributed through. Like all the distributors at that time, there was they were all fighting to get everybody. And so, you're in Kolka, we're in Diamond, Comics Hawaii, Heroes World, all the. Am I bringing back some old school names, right?
You are. Okay. And it's funny that you mentioned Comics Hawaii because that's actually the first distributor I dealt with because that's where I'm from. I was living out there.
Okay.
This is back in the 70s, 80s. And they're just mainly a a local distributor for the islands out there and a few other areas, but their main market is basically Hawaii, getting it out to the outer islands and stuff. So it's a name you don't hear often, and not a lot of people know about them as being a distributor. But I used to be able to walk into their shop and just buy stuff discounted, not at a wholesale price, but discounted heavily compared to the stores. And that was only at the beginning when they first started up. So, but yeah, interesting. A lot of distributors that were around then, they're no longer here, so it's kind of sad.
Right, they all
we see that in a diminishing market.
They got all kind of eaten up by the big companies.
Yeah. But yeah, okay. So now, when did you start Scattered? Because that's the name of your publishing company as well, right?
Yeah. So just like the whole. In fact, if you even look, I kind of was so into the image thing. That was the fun excitement thing. That So my comic was called Scattered, so I was like, "Ooh, I'm Scattered Comics then," and for lack of a better name, and even the logo, I don't know if you can see like the S logo. It kind of resembles kind of the eye from Image, because I was just like so into Image at that time. So that's kind of what I was like. And then I even got my friends involved. I was like, "Hey, let's all do our own comics," and of course it was more of a fun thing to do for them. Mm-hmm. It wasn't really something they were planning to do forever, but it was a lot of fun. So we would put out, the big full page ads in each other's books and stuff and say, "We're Scattered Comics." It didn't really, it was just a lot of fun, really. But that's kind of where Scattered started. Now it's completely different. So what's happened is I did it by myself for a long time, and then at one point we started bringing in more comic book creators, and we would have them come in. My friend Noel Serrato, he helped kind of manage the idea, but we would bring in other comic book creators that are doing basically what we're all doing, self-publishing comics, and we'd say, "Hey, come under our banner, and we'll do this together, and we can pull our resources." Nobody owns anybody's stuff. Nobody can dictate anything about their books. Everyone's their own soul, still their sole owners, and they're almost still, they're still the same publishers, but we go under the same banner. So it looks like we look bigger, take more seriously. And more doors are opened up that way too, because people are like, "Oh,
yep. Hey. Smoke and mirrors. Sometimes that's the best place. Smoke and mirrors."
Yeah, I don't want to, exactly. Exactly. So that's kind of what Scattered is now. And I also, this is kind of confuses a lot of people, but I started a comic book studio called Scattered Studios, and that is actually a bunch of colorists and artists that work under a studio that I manage, and we basically will create comic books for other people. So there a lot of times there's some confusion between the publishing stuff and the studio stuff, but I guess Scattered's kind of stuck now. So,
and when did that become official?
What do you mean by official? Like
officially, when did Scattered become a real thing? Your publishing.
I probably probably around issue 24 of the Scattered book, which was.
I'm trying to just get an idea of like.
I think 2000 or 98, 2000, somewhere around there. I would say
2000. 98, 2000. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Because that's when we were actually.
Scattered has been around for quite a while now.
Yeah, I know.
Like a quarter of a century.
Yeah, you're right.
See, that's what I was trying to like figure out is because there's a lot of publishers that have come up in the last like 10, 15 years, and now here we're finding out about Scattered. They've actually been at this a little bit longer, at 25. So.
Yeah, we just had our here. I'll grab this Blinth comic here. this one, it actually has our 25th anniversary here. Oh, started in 1991. It says here. I should know this. But yeah, during this month, we all the books that for all the all the different creators are doing books. We're like, we got this 25-year logo. We slapped these on the covers for this month, just kind of celebrating. And so it was fun. We did that, and it was kind of like our, like the anniversary of Marvel or something like that. It's kind of gives us some more clout, I guess, a little bit, maybe. I don't know. But so we did that. That was a lot of fun. Yeah, we did something called the Scattered Expo as well, which was like just a mini comic convention, and it was all the creators that are in Scattered, and we went to a comic book store for the day, and they let us put tables out and just basically have like a little mini con right there, and where we talked to other artists and other creators, and of course sold stuff. But we did that for the 25th anniversary. That was fun.
All right, I want to thank Ilya. He just did the first ever double 69 bid, placing a bid on Nathaniel and Philip. So you both got a $69 bid going already. Okay.
Thanks so much.
69 dudes.
In honor of Mog. All right, guys. Thank you for that. All right, let's go around the room and let's take a look at the artwork. And then we're going to take a quick break after that. Let's start with you, Mog. Okay. There you go. And she's looking for a bid on this Jenna piece for 75. All right. No bid on it yet. So if you want to place that bid, go ahead and do so in the comics. And then let's go to Jason. Let's take a quick look at yours as well. You got the 11 by 17 Jenna there, right? Looking for a bid of 150 on that. And he's also got a blank sketch cover that he's done from the free comic book day. And we're looking for a bid of $30 to start on that. Real easy bid. Anybody can place that. Go ahead and do so in the comments.
Jump in the pool.
And now Miss Jen Leonard is working on a possible Xenoscope cover. Looking for a bid of 150 on that. Okay.
I also had those two other pieces.
Exactly. Let's take a look at that. First up, Ghost Spider Blink. Right. Mm-hmm. Looking for how much were you looking at that again?
85.
85 for that. And it's in color. Okay.
Yeah, that's a rare one for me.
That's right. That's what I wanted to point that out. Okay. You don't see too much coloring from Gwen, so great piece to jump on. Thanks, Mike, for that bid on Mog's piece. And then she also has MJ on a board. And what were you looking for this?
We can start at 30 for that one.
Okay, $30 on that one. Okay. There you go. Another easy bid. So we got two easy bids that you guys can bid on there. Right, and then Nathaniel.
Yeah, let's check it out.
Is working on a Dark Mouse package deal. You're going to get this beautiful piece inside the black cover of Dark Mouse. Look at that. Nicely done. And he's also going to put a remark on the front cover.
You bet.
And what else are they going to get with this package deal?
And one more original loose drawing that'll be tucked away.
There you go. The book. Right. And the current bid on that is 69. Right. So we're looking for a bid of 75 or higher on that if you want to take this home. Off to a good start. A lot of good art right there already. Okay.
Thanks
and then we also have Mr. Philip McVan, who is working on The Dark Knight.
You got some hand action going on.
He's got his layout already done there, and he's inking it already. And this is going to be an interesting take on The Dark Knight and Robin. And Mike places a bid on for 75 on the Dark Mouse. Right. So stay tuned. We'll be right back after this commercial break.
Twitch, it's not just what happens when you have too many energy drinks anymore. Check out our content over there too.
Symphonic verses, Nocturne's romance. A song of romanticized darkness, dreaming death by sleep.
Some comic live streams seem like they're just throwing everything at the wall. Hey, you want this unknown comic? Yeah, here, how about this boring one? Found this one in a rain gutter, give me some money for it. I know this looks like a rotting sandwich, but I swear it's a comic. Pay me! But with Comic Collectibles, we know you don't just want comics, you want the right comics. You want rare variant and incentive covers, vintage books in pristine condition at prices you won't find anywhere else, and truly unique hand-drawn cover sketches by some of the most amazing artists in the business. Join Rex and his rotating cast of co-hosts live from Dynamite Entertainment headquarters for a carefully curated roster of comics that you'll only find here at Comic Collectibles. Every Monday at 6 and Wednesday at 7 Eastern Time. Part of the experience.
Sorry, guys. Mel is taking a bit of a coffee break, so it's taking a little longer to get that coffee ready. Oh, by the way, what are you guys really drinking? Do you guys ever get prepared for the show? Like, do you get like ready 30 minutes before the show? I'm curious myself. What's your beverage? Is it important to you?
This is a solid mug of 100% H2O tonight.
What's wrong with you? Are you an artist?
I didn't say water? I don't drink. I'm just saying that tonight I'm drinking water. That's all.
What's wrong, Nathaniel? Is something happening in your life? Are you okay?
Yeah. That's why I'm really here, because I wanted it to be a therapy session.
We'll let Mog have her time. Sometimes these breaks just aren't long enough, or I'm just holding too much water, or that lizard is just holding too much water. But anyway, getting back to Jason here. So we established about like Scattered Comics and how you got in and stuff. Are you still in the San Jose area?
Now I'm over in Sacramento now.
Ah, okay.
So yeah, when it came time to find a place to live, housing in the Bay Area was just so out of my range. So I started looking at Sacramento. Sacramento, and found a house. So
yeah, that area is high. San Jose, especially,
Yeah.
But it's San Jose, San Francisco area, New York, and Hawaii. Those are the top 3 real estate markets.
Man.
And so it's no surprise I would love to go back to Hawaii, but I'm here in California, living in the suburbs where it's a little bit more cheaper. So people will show you like prices of they're hitting like $7-8 in the city, and I'm over here paying about like almost half of that at $4. I still would like it to be lower though, and it sucks when you travel to these other states and you see their gas is like $3.70, $3.60.
But seriously, but you know what? Today, I sent Mel to do grocery shopping. Thank you, Mel. And you know what? The price of eggs went up.
Oh yeah,
it's like almost $4. What about you guys? How much is a dozen egg? Do you guys eat eggs at all?
I got chickens, so I'm a little lucky on that
Do
one.
you really?
Yeah, well, Nora, what?
You really have chicken?
See, I do a lot of my shopping at Aldi. So Aldi's for the longest time had eggs at like 99 cents. You can get it for like 90 cents, 99 cents, $1.09 for that. And but so having it shoot up to $4 is kind of like shocking. And but that's not the only thing that's going up. Food in general is getting pricey, right? And we can talk about that in a bit. Let's get back to comics, okay?
Okay.
All right, so
yeah, a grocery basket is a lot more expensive nowadays. It's complete, but
we can talk about comics going up in price too, because that's also going up.
That's true.
Jason, do you do a lot of shows?
I did. Well, I would do about between 7 and 8 conventions a year.
Oh.
Before 2020, and then just never really. When 2020 hit, then it was like campaigns. That was like the main way to sell your books.
Right.
And so then I started realizing I make a lot more with my books doing the campaigns than doing the conventions. So when things started opening up again and I could do conventions, I was kind of like slow out of the gate to get back into it because I just remember all the traveling and all the, all the setting up and all the stuff that goes into that. But now I'm looking at it again and I'm like thinking, I think I need to get back to the shows. So I'm looking at it again. I don't know if I want to start with just like maybe some store signings first and work slowly out or just jump right back into it. But definitely going to have shows in the horizon now.
What's your favorite show? What's your top 3 shows that you like doing?
Well, a majority of the shows I was doing were the ones out here in Sacramento, which were Sac Anime and Sac Con.
Mm-hmm.
But I was also kind of working for the shows at the same time, so I was getting the tables for free, and I was getting a lot more discount and making a lot more money. So, and I knew everybody, so kind of default to Sac Anime would probably be like my favorite. But Stockton Con has always been a really cool show too, that I was doing. How
is that?
Go ahead.
Okay, because you said Sac Anime.
Yeah.
Really?
Okay, but you're not really drawing anime per se, but there is kind of like a little bit of an anime feel to your art.
Yeah,
how was that for you at that show?
I know.
It actually, SacCon, which is supposed to be focused, it's all the SacCon and Sac Anime. They're both the shows are by the same people that run it.
Yeah.
But in the SacCon is run for comics and collectibles and toys, and then Sac Anime is more to anime, manga, but toys and imported toys and stuff that you can't get anywhere else. But there's a lot of crossover, it seems like, for both those shows. The same vendors are at both SacCon and Sac Anime. Like, I know all the same vendors. The artists in the artist alleys are, they tend to be both. They go to both shows too. So it's kind of like, as far as Sac Anime just being exclusively to that, I've done really well there. And it almost kind of helps a little bit to not have complete, like, it doesn't look like a lot of the other stuff that's out there. So people will kind of look at your stuff and go, your stuff looks different. What's this about? Kind of thing. So
that's what I've been kind of hearing. You're not the only one that has recommended Sac Anime to us.
Oh, really?
And
okay.
Yeah. we have a friend, Philip Jin, who lives out in San Francisco.
Mhm.
But he's from Sacramento, and he keeps recommending that. And people have recommended other anime shows to us. And the thing is that for us, we don't do well at those shows.
Oh, you don't? Okay.
Right. But I don't know. Maybe it's changed. Okay. Because these things do happen. They do change. And the one thing that I keep hearing about it is that because your stuff is different, right?
Mhm.
Not everybody that goes to an anime show is all that interested or also likes comics and comic art, alongside
Right.
the manga and anime. But the other thing I have to look at in consideration for that is also the pricing, because we're at a higher tier pricing for the artwork that we do. They're not exactly cheap. And so
Yeah.
I have to think about, okay, that might be the case, but can they afford the at the price levels that we're at?
Mm.
And that's something that I always bring up to the other people, because I'm not trying to say that they're lesser or anything like that, but they have items that they can sell at a lower price tier, which
Right.
we don't.
Right.
And
No, you're right about that.
yeah, so but I'm going to try and change that where I can have some like cheaper stuff. But the problem is that that's just like more work, and it's not like we don't have enough as it is
Right.
already, But I don't know. We'll see.
I don't know.
Something
Mel,
that just some thoughts I'm thinking of.
So anyway, this is kind of like counter comment, I guess. I don't know how to say it correctly to what Mel
This is
said.
comment.
Okay.
Like you just said, Jason, in Sac Anime Con, there's a lot of vendors with toys and like the new stuff, like the rare items that you can't really normally get.
Right.
And those are pricey as is. They're not going to be cheap.
True.
So there are people who go there. I mean, logically, I'm thinking, piecing the information that you just gave to me, that there should be people who have deep pockets because they want to buy those expensive toys as well.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
it does, I think, it could potentially also attract people with who are looking for high-end items. I mean, that's what I'm thinking, Mel. But I don't know. What do you think, Mel, about what I said?
I don't know. Yeah, maybe it's new. There's some definitely new factors, and maybe we'll get the chance to do one if we can fit it into the schedule. Because I'm just formulating the schedule now for 2025.
What?
And yeah, we
that
start
early?
Yeah, we start early, Mog. Okay, she doesn't notice because I do all the planning and stuff, right? So I've got, of the shows that we're doing next year, half I'm already applying for already. So that's how crucial it is. Okay, so some shows you just gotta wait, but as soon as I'm able to, I go ahead and apply. The earlier the better, even though they say it doesn't matter when you turn your application in, right? I just need to get it done over with so I don't have to think about it again. There's a lot of other things that I've got to like focus on, so I got to get that out of the way, right? So but yeah, so I've got all that is going on anyway. So the point that I was trying to make is that if I can fit it into a schedule because of some things that are happening, I've had to increase the number of shows we're doing next year by about 25%. And the thing is that I was trying to decrease the number of shows, but they're forcing my hand. I don't want to do this. Okay.
Yeah,
but I'm being forced to do it.
A lot of work, for sure.
To keep our status and our quota up and whatnot. So, it's the thing. They're asking for more participation and stuff like that. And some of these bigger guys want you to participate in their smaller shows. You can't just want the big shows, blah, blah, blah. They want to see a balance. All right. And which makes sense. If they're helping you with their big shows, you got to help them all the way around. Right. And I understand that from a business point.
How many shows are you doing right now?
This year, I can't remember. I think it was like, I tried to keep it down to 12, but I think we're up to like 14 or 15. And next year, I don't know, it might be up to like 18, something like that. And it's hard to tell because we still have pretty much what is it? We still have about 4 months left of this year, right? And with the shows that we have left for the rest of the year, we still have 5 shows to do, and 3 of them are good sized ones. We got New York City Comic Con, Amazing Hawaii,
I heard that one's a good one at New York.
Fan Expo San Francisco,
Oh, nice.
and we do San Diego Comic Fest, which is a nice, fun, small show, but we actually do really well there. And then Maui Comic Con, small con in the weekend of December, last con that we'll be doing this year. Did exceptionally well last year. Hopefully we can have a repeat this year. Anyway, so that's kind of like it in a nutshell. That's where we're going with that.
For sure.
How about you guys? Jen, are you going to start doing shows?
We still don't have the clear on that yet.
Okay, right. And how about you, Philip?
Most likely not. I'm based in New Mexico and I have a full-time job.
Uh-huh. Where
so
in
that
Mexico
kind of
are
keeps
you?
me. Southern New Mexico.
Oh, okay. Well, I didn't know
I'm
that.
near
I
El
thought
Paso, Texas.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. All right. I thought you were here in
Yeah.
California. Okay.
Yeah, well, I'm part of the Ink and Drink Long Beach
Right. Yeah.
online community, which is,
Uh-huh.
naturally one would assume. But
Right.
they're a group of people that I kind of just found during COVID.
Yeah. It seems to be like a fun group because I'm drawing a lot of you guys as artists from that group. So I thank Sean for that. Nathaniel is also part of that group. How many shows are you doing, Nathaniel? Hello, Nathaniel. Can you hear us?
I don't think he can hear us.
Oh,
Sorry about that. No,
Okay.
I had this on mute while I was shaking my marker, and then I completely forgot. I do around like 5 to 7 a year. This year, it's gonna probably land around 5. My next one is gonna be the Latino Comics Expo in Long Beach at the Museum of Latin American Art, and I've done that one for 5 or 6 years in a row ish. And I just sent out my email to San Diego Comics Fest. I always hear really good things about that show, Mel, and I haven't done it myself. And so this year I'm taking a swing at that. If you know who I should talk to, let me know.
did you how did you apply for San Diego Comic Fest?
On the website, all I could find was just like this email address, and it's basically, hey, send us a cold email. So that's what I did. And I'm pretty sure that there's probably, they've been around a long time, so there's probably an application, but I didn't find it.
Yeah, they actually haven't put one out yet. That's the reason why I'm asking.
Oh, okay. All right, we're in the same
A lot
boat.
of people have been asking me, well, how do I apply? And the best I can say is that what we've been told is that they will put out an application form, but I haven't seen it yet. And there's a lot of people that want to get in on that.
Yeah.
And I'm lucky. We're lucky that we've been doing that show for a while now, and they do honor that if you have done it, you will get first dibs at a renewing. So we're pretty fortunate that we found that show early on and did pretty well with it. So, and I'm looking forward because it's a fun show. I mean, it makes me feel like I'm going to San Diego Comic Con back like in the 80s.
Oh, nice.
I was super stoked with it. And the guest lineup they have this year, it's an amazing lineup of these legendary people. Not everybody's going to like get into, but if you've been in as long as I am and you see those names, you just kind of get all goosebumps and chicken skin on that,
Awesome.
So, yeah, definitely worth checking out.
Yeah, I hope to get in. Hope to hear something good.
Yeah. There's a lot of people that want in on that. A lot of people here I know in California has heard about it, and they're waiting or they're trying.
Right. Yeah. So fingers crossed. But yeah, normally five-ish, and that might be one of them. And then I think at LA Comic Con, I don't think I'm gonna have a table. I applied for a panel, and unless I get one of the buddies to share a table with me, I'm probably not gonna do that one as a table. But we'll see if the panel gets approved. Still waiting on that.
Yeah, we're gonna pass on that too for this year, LA Comic Con.
Sure.
Just want to, like I said, we're trying to I'm trying to limit the number of shows we do because we do need time to do regular work.
Yeah, to make comics.
Yeah, exactly. In fact, we have our own projects, and I can't even get started on them because you're trying to balance everything out, pay your bills, do these shows, do the commercial work.
Sure.
Yeah, hopefully, I still have a goal to get something out this year, and I still got time, so I'm hoping that I can at least do that.
Oh,
I
nice.
get that started, then it'll hopefully it'll just be a domino effect where I can get more stuff out from Mog. So we'll see. All right, so we've got 7:56 right now. Let's go around the room and take a look at what we have so far on the art board, starting with Mog.
Huh?
I see a skull there.
Why do you keep?
Well, I just have a list in front of me, and that's what I go by.
That is gorgeous.
Going.
All right.
Oh, there you go.
And if you can bring up the ticker, JD, so we can see where everything is at there. All right, so we have a bid on that, 75 from Mike.
Thank
we
you,
are
Mike.
looking for the next bid for $80 on that. That is looking sweet. Jenna on a blank sketch cover. Okay. All right, let's go to Jason. Whoa. That hair is taking on some life now, looking pretty wild there. And that is another Jenna piece on an 11x17. Looking pretty sweet there. And I believe you're asking like 150 on that, correct?
150 on this one, yeah. And then
Right. And
we've got the
then we got that blank at $30.
this is Firewire, the succubus hacker.
Firewire?
Yeah, that's her name. Firewire.
Ah, okay.
She's the hacker for the military organization, and she's also a succubus. So.
Ah. Oh, so much stuff I want to say right now, but I got to hold on.
Oh, no.
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
Got to keep it clean.
Yeah.
All right, so we are looking at bid on that and on the blank sketch cover. So if you can go ahead, place a bid on that, okay? And then now we have Carice from Jen Leonard on an 11x17, which has a bid already from Stevie B. So we're looking for the next bid of 155 on that. Okay. She's working that up, looking pretty sweet in the eyes there. And she also has a couple of other pieces of our artwork. If you have those, Jen, there you go. We got MJ on a board, and we got Gwen on a Ghost Spider blank. And I believe we're still looking for the bids on that. $30. Was it 30 on MJ?
Yes, 30 on this one and 85 on Ghost Spider.
And 85 on the blank sketch cover. And once again, that is in color. A rare piece to get from Jen. You don't see colored pieces much from her. So place a bid on that. And oh, look at that. It comes with the COA as well.
Yes, all of them
so
do.
You're getting your money's worth well over what it should be going for. That is undervalued for sure. All right, now let's take a look at Nathaniel. The Dark Mouse package deal.
So we're on to the remarket.
Working up on the cover there. Okay.
See if I can get it better.
Okay, and you got the artwork on the inside.
We got the artwork on the inside.
And that's, oh, look at that. Sweet piece. Dark Mouse.
It's a badass mouse, and that's kind of all you need.
Drew! Dude, we miss you.
Drew.
Hey, Drew.
When are you gonna come on my show?
We'll definitely have to get Drew back in again. Are you going to New York, Drew? hoping to see you there. But you're also going to be working on another art piece with that, Nate.
Oh yeah. I have one more drawing that's to come, and I'm right on schedule. We're at the second hour right now.
There you go. And all that can be had. God, I'm not sure where the bid is at.
Yeah,
I think it was at 75. Right?
I'm flattered that there's a bidding war going on.
Yeah, there you got a bid from Mike at 75. So we're looking for a bid of $80 for the next bid on that.
Thanks so much.
Thank you. Now we got Philip McVan, who's working on The Dark Knight. This has a current bid of 69 on there. Okay.
So sick.
That is sick.
And he is shipping this from Mexico, so take note of that.
New Mexico.
From New Mexico. Sorry about that. Okay.
The
From
shipping
New Mexico.
won't be crazy.
Right. It's not going to be crazy.
That's
Thanks
hilarious.
for correcting that. Okay. All right. So we got all that going ahead. Okay. We just got a bid of $80 for Nathaniel.
Ooh, yeah.
Dark Mouse is taking the day.
I'm on.
All right. Good. I'm glad to hear that, Drew. We have to hook up. Okay. We need to hook up with you, Drew. See how we can work that out. All right. Yeah. We need to get our Sable assignment. Hopefully we get that soon as well. So don't forget, if you want to get in on the giveaways tonight, we got 5 big ones tonight, including the Art in the Dark, and I'll tell you more about that. Put in #EXP. What was it again? Shadow Hunters. Almost forgot. #EXP Shadow Hunters. That will get you in the running for the giveaways. Okay. And we will be right back after this commercial break.
What do you call the place on Spider-Man's wrists where the webs come out? His website. I hate myself for writing that joke, but you'd make me feel so much better if you just visited our website. We have links to our merch, new release lists, all the show info, and so much more. TheEXPLive.com.
Ask your local comic shop to add Battle Quest comics to your pull list today. By this time in our journey, we had been on the trail of a very elusive creature for about 96 hours. But all the hard work is about to pay off. Oh, crikey, there she is. Oh, by the markings, I'd say this one's at least a 9.8. Oh, she's a real beauty. A true mint copy. Oh, this one will make a fine slab on anyone's display wall. Oh, she's a feisty one, though. Look out, look out! Mint Hunter Comics is the place to find that mint comic you've been searching for. Mint Hunter Comics, Tuesdays at 8 p.m. Eastern, part of the experience. Something is speaking to you. Buy more comics. Just at the edge of your perception. Buy more comics. Your senses fill with visions of vortices. 360 Comics. Slowly drawing you to one thundering epiphany.
360 Comics!
360 Comics!
The universe is telling you to shop with 360 Comics. Joe's got amazing stock from high dollar to $5 books from Silver Age to modern, CGC, variant covers, and more. 360 Comics every Wednesday at 9 Eastern, part of the experience.
Hey, welcome back, everyone. We are talking with Jason Dube here. Don't forget to put in the # EXP Shadow Hunters that gets you qualified for the giveaways today. We've got 5 of them. And hit that follow button. Help us grow our fellowship so we can continue to give you interesting, continuous shows like Nick Baruchi's original art show every Fridays at 7 p.m. Don't forget, too, to fill in that survey. We'll have that up on the comments shortly. That will also help us out a lot. And please like, share, comment, give us a thumbs up. Give us everything you got to help bring this show to you guys every week. There's the link for the survey. If you guys can just take a moment to fill that up while you're listening in, that would be fantastic. All right, so Jason.
Yeah.
Shadow Hunters. You're starting a new story arc with number 6.
Yes.
And is that a campaign that's currently running?
So no, it's going to actually start in September. Or at least that's I would like to start it, launch it on Friday the 13th in September. So that's kind of what I'm shooting for. It is the pre-launch page is live, so people can go over there. There's some sneak peek artwork and stuff because Kickstarter's expanded their preview page now, so you can actually put some artwork on there, and you can put some just like what the comic's about and stuff instead of it just being a banner, and kind of hit the notify button. So now you can kind of see a little bit more. You can tell people about it and what to expect, and then of course hit that notify button. But so that's where it's at right now. It's in the pre-launch. So hey Chris, so that's where it's at right now. It's in the pre-launch mode.
And do you have a pre-launch page already?
Yeah, so the pre-launch page is live right now, so you can go check it out.
Right, so you can check that out, and JD just highlighted the pre-launch page. So go ahead and click on that link and give that a follow, so that way you get notified as to when that will get there. All right, so tell us about Shadow Hunters.
Yeah, Shadow Hunters. So basically, it starts off as I'll grab this so we can have a little something to look at. So it basically revolves around these 3 main monster girls. We got Jessica the werewolf, Jenna the vampire, and Renea the witch. And they basically band together, as unlikely as those monsters would. They band together to fight off a demon invasion of the city of Sacramento. Unfortunately, there's a shadow government agency called the 00, and they hunt down anything supernatural. And so even though they're trying to save the city from this invasion, they're still being hunted down by this organization. So that's kind of where it starts and just goes from there.
Now, are your I think we're talking about the number of pages your issues are. Are they all about like 32 pages or so?
Yeah, I'm trying to think. I think the lowest one, I had one issue that was 28 pages, but yeah, they're all around the 30 page mark for sure.
And how much do you sell them for?
So on the Kickstarters, the regular editions go for about $20, and then the you have like the foil covers and stuff like that. They go for a little bit more. You always have those special edition covers.
Sure. Who are some of the other artists that you have working with you?
Oh my, Mog. Oh, that is gorgeous. Oh,
thank you.
I can see why people are bidding on that. Oh man, Jenna looks so good.
Wow, thank you so much.
I'm in love with my own characters. Oh my gosh, awesome.
It's an honor from you. Yeah.
Wow.
Yep, you can see the bids on the ticker tape there. That's where all the bids are at. If you do want to bid on anything, we are taking them in increments of $5, and there will be a form that you fill out at the end of the show, so that way we know exactly where they go to and everything. And that's going to be the same with the giveaways. If you don't fill those giveaways out, I don't hold on to them. I'm just going to try to give them away the following week or whenever I can, right? So make sure you fill those out, and we can get it out to you. Okay. I don't want to give it away and not give it away. How not fun that is. That is. Right. So you got what? Can you kind of briefly tell us in this first story arc, which was covering up 5 issues? What basically happened in there?
So basically, the first 5 issues is almost kind of a it focuses so each issue focuses on each character. So issue number 1, it introduced the main 3 girl characters. It introduced the 0-0. It introduced the whole dynamic and what's going to be happening. And then issue 2, it kind of focuses on Renea and basically her powers and stuff like that, and a little bit of her background. So it kind of gives some depth into what's going on in her, where does she come from, and so basically all 3 of these girls are all kind of they're all kind of refugees from from their past. And so issue 3 focuses more on Jessica, issue 4 focuses on Jenna, and then issue 5 it brings all the girls back together with a big focus on as a team. And it also brings in some other characters from the other side that you didn't think were going to join forces, but they end up joining forces. And so I don't want to give away everything, but basically that's kind of the whole idea. And then a lot of people wanted to know, okay, they're running away from their past. What happened in their past? Like, can you tell them more of the story? Because I kind of hint at it. You kind of see some of the characters from their past, showing up in the issue, and they're like, well, what exactly happened? So that's where like Bite Me and Kill Jessica Kill come in. Those comics are basically one-shot books that basically are telling their origin story in a way. It's more in depth. So in the Bite Me book, it focuses on Jenna.
Jessica Kill is a one-shot.
It's a one-shot, yeah. But if you look at the back at the end of Bite Me, you see Jenna hitchhiking basically, and a truck pulls up, and in there is Jessica and Renea in a beat-up old, pickup truck with bullet holes in it, and there's like blood on Jessica's shirt and stuff. And Jenna's like, going my way? Do I want to jump in the truck with you too? What's going on? and they're like going, I don't know. She looks kind of weird. But anyway, she jumps.
She looks kind of weird, but she looks kind of hot. I don't know what to do.
Exactly. And so they're like, we're headed out to the city of Sacramento, basically. And she's like, all right, that's a change of pace. I'll go with you guys. And so that's kind of them going into issue 1 of the Shadowhunter series. But then if you get Kill Jessica Kill, at the end of that story, it has Jessica and Renea jumping at the end. They're escaping the village that Jessica came from in an old beat up pickup truck, and people are shooting at them, and there's bullet holes hitting the truck, and there's blood all over Jessica. And so it kind of leads into the end of Bite Me. So even though they're one shots, they all kind of interconnect. The stories actually connect with each other. And the last book that we're working on is War of the Witches. And it's basically going to be a one shot of Renea and the coven that she came from, and the battles of these witches that they fought each other, and how that actually connects when she escapes. Well, I don't know how it leads her into ending up into Kill Jessica Kill, basically, because in Kill Jessica Kill, she talks about how she's hiding out in this small town, in this country town, because she's hiding from these other witches and stuff, basically. So I guess it's all kind of one big story, but I tried to build it as one shot so people aren't like, I don't have all these comics. Am I going to be totally lost when I read this? So it's like, no, it's a cool story just as it is, but it can lead into the other stuff if you wanted to. If you want to continue the journey, you can, but you won't be lost if you don't.
Yeah, I actually read Kill Jessica Kill.
Oh, you did? All right.
Yeah,
awesome.
It was a fun. Yeah, you know what? It was a fun read. Okay.
Yeah.
That's it was just something just like a fun adventure. I'm like I'm like
It's kind
giggling at different things that are going on in there,
of,
and
yes,
just kind of
awesome.
like, yeah, it's that kind of a book, you know. So if you guys want to take that on, I do recommend it. It is a fun read,
I love
and I
hearing
want
that.
thanks Chris for that bid. Jen's piece just jumped up to 175. All right, so we are looking for the next bid on that
Woo!
for
Thank
180,
you.
and that is still
Yeah.
that is cheap in my book. And you see how she's working that. Okay, that Jen is working that hard for you guys. So we want to get those hard bids in for that. Okay. I don't know why. I
By
don't
the
know
way,
why Mog's laughing, but
you're
yeah, I don't
talking
know
about the
why.
dark stuff. I was just gonna
Yeah,
say, this is actually Karis. It's the Grim Reaper for Zenoscope, so we're all
there
on
you
a
go.
team tonight.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's gonna be worth every penny and a whole lot more. Okay.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
Jason,
Yeah.
sorry, Mel.
Yeah.
So who's going to be the leader? Will it be the witch or the vampire?
So their personalities are kind of what kind of makes the leadership happen.
Yeah.
So Jessica's, well, if you've read Kill Jessica Kill, you know Jessica's more lighthearted. She's
Yeah.
just kind of going through life, having fun. Jenna's more serious and she's kind of a tough. I've got to edit myself here. She's kind of a tough girl.
Yeah.
When they get to the city of Sacramento, she ends up running a street gang, using her little charming powers.
Yeah.
So she does kind of run the gang, but as far as the group as a team, Renea takes the helm because she's more of a strategist and planner, and so she plans a lot of the stuff. And so they kind of were like, okay, cool, you got it figured out. Let's, you go with that. We'll go with that. Sounds good.
Yeah.
Of course, if she comes up with something, and Jenna will probably be the first to disagree with something if she doesn't like it. But they will definitely, they'll definitely say something if she voices her opinion. Issue 6 is going to be very interesting with the dynamic because of issue 5. There's now 2 more people that are in their little group, and it's going to be interesting because one of them's a very strong-willed leader. So we'll just have to see how that plays into it.
Yeah. It almost sounds like the dynamic of the Teenage Ninja Mutant Turtles, Leonardo versus God, I forgot his name. Is it Michelangelo? They always butt heads, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I don't. It's kind of cool. I mean, I don't know if other creators see this. I mean, they get the same thing. But you write these stories and you write these characters, and it's at one point sometimes it's kind of like they write themselves in a way because you know them so well that when you're writing the story, you know exactly how they're going to react, what they're going to say in a situation, and it's kind of like it kind of writes itself in a way because you like
That's and that's what I hear from the good writers, that if you develop your characters well enough in the beginning, it becomes easy to write the story because you know your characters so well. You know what they're going to do, so there's really no thinking about it. You know how they're going to react, and that brings me to: are you trained, formally trained to write?
No, I mean, I just had good, just ideas, and that's no formal training at all. Not anything, just normal schooling, just like high school. But again, I don't know how much that plays into anything. But no. I'm just lucky. I didn't actually think I could really write very well, but I had all these ideas in my head. and as an artist, you just have to get them out. And even if no one's gonna like them, that's when I started Scattered. I didn't know anyone would even like them, and that's why I only showed my friends at first, because I know they wouldn't give me too hard of a time.
Yeah.
They're not paying for it, and hey, your buddy's doing it, so take a
That
look.
and that's the safe route.
That's
You show it to
that's the
your
safe
friends,
route, right? So,
and then you're hoping that they like enough that they'll tell other people.
Yeah, exactly.
Shot from the highest mountain. But
so
you didn't read any books at all about writing or anything like that?
No, I mean, I liked, and I can't even say I was a big reader. But when I was drawing a lot, I would get a bunch of the audio books from like the public library. Yeah. And I would listen to, and I always look for the ones that had the most cassettes. Oh yeah, this is dating me. I'm like, wow, I just realized I said cassettes out loud. But yeah, I would look for like Stephen King books, because they would have a ton. They'd have like 24 cassettes as an audiobook, or even like Sherlock Holmes, Agatha Christie, anything that had long. A lot of cassettes, because I would be drawing and I would just be listening to them basically tell stories. So I don't know, maybe that, when you watch a lot of something or you're exposed to a lot of something, maybe it rubs off a little bit. I don't know, but that's pretty much all of anything I had as far as writing.
Agatha Christie, my favorite.
Oh, nice.
I was like you. I didn't have cassette tapes, but I listened to all of Agatha Christie's audiobooks, and I tried to listen to all of Stephen King, but the rest I just read it myself. So yeah.
Nice, yeah. I like it. Stephen King. I like this style of how they have their characters talk, and how his style of writing, just the way that it flows. I really got into that. Even if the story wasn't really, some of them, they're not all winners.
Yeah.
I always enjoyed just the style of the writing.
Yes. Jason, I was thinking the same thing. Whenever I picked up a book of Stephen King, if you read the premise, it sounds so dumb. It's so boring.
Yeah.
It's just so boring. Like, what's the deal with this? And then you read it, and then the way he tells a story, is so good.
Yes.
The dumbest material becomes very entertaining.
Right. Yes.
That's what I wanted to learn. I want to learn how to make the most mundane, boring incident into something so amazing that it captivates you. So yeah.
Yeah, he definitely was able to do that. So I'm so glad someone understands what I'm saying.
Interesting.
Sometimes I say things, I'm like, everyone's just kind of like, okay.
Right. So you've got Shadowhunters and Kill Jessica Kill.
Yes.
Do you have other books that you've done?
So we have Blinth, Scattered, and right now I just finished a campaign for a comic book called Genesis, and it just finished issue number 2 of that. I'm trying to see if I have anything nearby, which of course I don't.
Was that for you or somebody else?
So here's Genesis.
Oh wow!
And so this was the first book, and the second book we just finished. I actually in the process of shipping out the last packages right now for that campaign. But this one, basically, Genesis is a character that's from the Scattered series. She was an angel that was sent down from the beginning of time to record the history of the Earth, basically. So this comic actually focuses on her deciding, maybe I can change the fate of Earth, because she's like is so basically fallen in love with humankind and doesn't want to see their destruction, and so now she is taking the knowledge of what she knows to try and change fate a bit. So this first issue is her introducing her and her meeting what's I call a seer, and it's basically a human that's born with angelic abilities to be able to see where the angels are and see where the demons are. Like she can sense them, and also sense where the champions, which is a concept from back when I started Scattered. In the end, 7 champions of good and 7 champions of light would meet on the battlefield, basically, kind of thing. So Genesis is like going to her to like say, listen, we can change things, we can make things different, and we can make it so whatever I do end up deciding the complete end is. I don't have it really, hashed out because I'm hoping that I can do this for a while before I have to end it. But she basically is that's kind of the story. And so she meets her in the 20s. So the 1920s, the seer that she meets to do this happens. Genesis never ages. She's a teenage angel for all time. And so what the series is just one of 3. There's going to be 3 books to tell this story. Each takes place in a different time period. So this one takes place in the 20s. The issue that just is being shipped out right now takes place in the 50s. And the seer is still there because with the angelic powers, she ages. She still ages, but she ages slowly. So she's not much older. She doesn't look much older than when Genesis saw her before. And she's kind of freaking out because she doesn't fully understand what's happening to her. And Genesis is like explaining, this is just, part of this gift that you have is that you age slowly, so you have more time to fulfill whatever your destiny is or your fate is. So that's Genesis.
Like that makes sense how the more important decision you have to make, the more time you should right? I mean, that reflects in everything in our life. For example, if you want to marry somebody, don't just jump the gun right away.
I don't know. I think reshaping your world is a whole lot bigger decision.
Yeah, so that's why this Genesis girl, she has to, I don't know, 300 years maybe.
Yeah. And she didn't even, she was on Earth for a long time, seeing the history basically happen. And before she even made a decision that maybe I want to change things. Like she was pretty much doing her duty, doing what she was, sent to do, and without questioning it. And then suddenly she's like, maybe I can make things better.
Just like a girl thinking that they can change things.
But you know what? I just want to know, like, is it really a girl thing? Like, do guys also, when they see something, they want to change it and improve it?
Of course.
Don't you guys want to do that? Isn't that better for survival? I mean, logically, if you think about it, shouldn't everyone think that way?
I mean, as an artist alone, I'm always wanting to perfect everything. I'm just always wanting to change it till it's the best it can be.
Yeah, I think that's a good thing. But when you're trying to change a person, I think that's a different ball of wax.
Oh,
because you're trying to get that person to go in a direction that they may not want to do. So I think there's a difference there. When you're trying to improve yourself as a person, that's on you. You can do whatever you want. You want to improve your art, that's up to you too.
No, Mel.
Changing a person is a different thing.
No, what I meant was, I think the Genesis girl, her motive is different. She's not changing a person. She's changing almost like the world.
Yeah, and that's fine. I don't have anything against that. I put it in a kind of like a derogatory way, but it was totally just being sarcastic. And don't want to take it too seriously because this is a story and it's all fiction. It's all what if, right? And
no, I'm just genuinely curious to tell.
So let's not get into this now, shall we?
Oh, Jason, we're making Jason uncomfortable.
What have I done?
Created monsters. I'm gonna have to talk to Mog after this.
Let's look at Jen's work some more. That'll make us all peaceful.
Yeah. Do you know how much Jason is a sweetie? Mel, have you noticed?
What?
Think about this, Mel. We're just talking about it, and then we both started it. Jason had nothing to do with it, and then Jason taking full responsibility and saying, "Oh, what have I done?" You see how much of a sweetie he is? God, that is like
if you only knew how we really are, that is how we are.
Oh, you guys seem amazing. So
no, actually, Jason, you're amazing because what you just did there, that small gesture, tells me that you're very you're a sweetie, you're a good guy.
oh, that's pretty.
All right. So, and GD writes, I think there's always a problem when stories try to improve the world, because if you take away humanity's faults, they cease to be human. Very, very good. Okay.
By the way, everybody, Jason's lovely 11x17 is coming to life. It's amazing looking. It has this unique style that he developed. I don't know. Can you talk about how the style you developed? Like, it's very unique.
So this style, when I first started drawing, like Mel was saying earlier, during the time of Image Comics, I think a lot of people, we all wanted to draw like the great Image people, right? And that style wasn't happening. I mean, that was part of the reason why I got a lot of rejection, because I couldn't really pull off that kind of style, even though that's what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
So I kind of just went back and I just started just drawing the way. Basically, I was reading this other comic book which is so far different style than Image, but it was called Skeleton Key, and it was by Andy Watson over at Slay Liver Graphics, and he has such a very simplistic style.
Yeah.
And so I kind of was like, I really like that. I like his black, how he has all the blacks, real solid blacks and real simple lines. And so I kind of was taking what I was doing already, and I was like, I'm just going to simplify it more. I'm just going to, because I think that's more what I'm able to do. I can't do these real detailed and real realistic poses and stuff that like Jim Lee's doing, and not that they were all doing realistic anatomy and stuff, but just that style. And so I just kind of gave into that. I kind of just was like, you know what, I'm just going to draw. I'm not going to be scared to do more simplified stuff. I'm going to do the big eyes that I always like, because the big eyes weren't really a Image Comics kind of look to it. So I would really like anime, even though it wasn't really, it was like Star Blazers and Robotech and stuff on TV, but that was like my anime. But I really liked the big eyes and the very expressionate stuff. So I kind of took that love for that with just how the talent, the small amount of talent I did have in drawing, and just not being afraid to do a more simplistic version of it. And it just kind of meshed into this, and it still is always developing. But this is kind of where it's kind of landed. There's some more.
Can you tell us? It might be easy for you to talk about. It may not be. So you tell me. But can you share some of the things you went through in the early beginning when you were showing your work around? What kind, like, who did you talk to? What kind of reactions or what they told you? And I asked that because those are always great stories, and I've got a collection of them that I can tell from all the artists that I've met through the years and how they get started. They can laugh about it, like Jim Lee getting rejected by what's his name, by the Marvel editor at that time, Howard, right? And then they can laugh about it now.
Right.
And so or even like Philip Tan, when he asked Wills, he got his first review in the Philippines from Wills Portacio, and Wills told him that you should not draw at all, get another job.
Oh,
I know, it's stuff that's like really cold like that, and things you don't expect.
Told some things like that too.
Okay, is that something you can share? You're okay with?
The hardest one I remember, I stood in line. What company was that for? I think it was Black Horse, but I stood in line, and they had like a bunch of people that were just kind of, you had your portfolio that you would be next in line. They would look at it, they'd kind of flip through it, and then they would say something to you, and then you go on your way. And sometimes they would hand you maybe a letter or something to like contact us later or something. But so I stayed. That was one of many lines I stayed in to show my portfolio. And I just remember getting up there and him looking at my work, and he just kind of looked really perplexed, like really puzzled. And then he's just flipping through it. And he kind of had to do it twice. And then he goes, "Do you see what we publish here?" I'm like, "Yeah." He goes, "So maybe this is not the place for you." I was like,
wow.
Man.
"Oh, okay."
Yeah, that's cold. I don't think anybody should be told that. I think it should have been a more of a positive take. But you know, it also it comes down to you. So when you heard that, when you got told that, how did you feel?
Oh, I just said, I don't know how many more of these I can go through.
Fair.
Okay, so then what kept you going?
I remember one of my buddies who he was the one that kept talking me into talking to the publishers and getting in line and getting my portfolio reviewed and stuff. He said, "Why don't you take a day off from the publishers, and why don't you just go around to like the artists and see what they say, like some of the professional artists." And
That's true.
so I did that, and a lot of them would say, "Oh, I'm not looking at portfolios, or I'm not," which is fine, because that was like, oh, thank goodness. He didn't say nothing. He didn't even want to look at it. So, because I think by that point I was kind of like, I guess what do they call it, like shell shock or something. I had this battle fatigue or something, and I didn't really want people telling me how bad it was anymore. I was like, I get the idea. I think I have a lot of work to do. So one guy was pretty nice though.
Who was that?
It was Mark Texera.
Mark Texera?
Oh,
Yeah.
he's really cool. I like that guy.
Yeah, he was really nice, and he looked at everything and he said, "Okay, I'm gonna give you some advice," and he did. He gave me some really good advice. He gave me advice about portfolio. When you show a portfolio, he said this is what they're looking for. You also need to decide what your style is too, because he said in some of the stuff you're showing me, it looks more like, look, you're trying to do like a Jim Lee kind of thing, and in other pages it looks like you're very cartoony. So you need to, and that he probably gave me the best advice, because that's one of the things that helped me to lean into my cartoony side and not be afraid of that, because I'm like, okay, I can't do this Jim Lee stuff. I should, I need to lean into what I can do,
right?
And what's more, I guess, more natural, because you can feel it when it's more natural than when you're just killing yourself to try and make something look a certain way.
Right. Yeah. So and that's a good lesson to learn. A lot of people, they try copying, their heroes and whatnot, and it's just not there. And maybe eventually in time, it can happen, but it might take a long time. It's how everybody sees and makes that connection with the art, and how they're able to move with it. It's not as easy as it looks, right? But at the same time, people ask, is art a talent? Is that a natural gift, or is that something that you learn and grow in? And I honestly believe that's what it is. It's I don't believe that it's like a God-given talent, not to everyone anyway. And the ones that I've seen with the God-given talent, as a person, I haven't really cared for that much. But the people that have learned it, which is mostly everybody, because they've gone through that growth, they understand the hardship of it and everything. Make for a better art and person.
Absolutely.
All right, so let's take a look at the around the room. It is about 8:40, and then we're going to go into the giveaways and make sure we get that done. That's starting again with Mog. She's starting a second black sketch cover on the Kill Jessica Kill.
Oh my goodness, Mog. Oh.
Looking kind of Daisy Dookie there.
Gorgeous.
All right, looking for a $75 bid on that. And can you show us the first one of the Shadow Killers? Okay. She'll probably still work a little bit more on that, but
Really?
that has a bid of 75 on it. Looking for the next bid of 80. It's got a nice face on there. Really like that.
Yeah. Oh my. Oh, I'm so.
Chain skull belt looks pretty cool too. Yeah, give you that. Okay.
If I wasn't a starving artist, I'd just be throwing them hundreds at you.
All right, let's take a look at yours, Jason. And here we have another Jenna.
Are you going to render the blood?
Now, okay, I gotta ask you. Yeah, what is that like? Water?
She's
milk?
blood. It's supposed to be. I was trying to do because the issue 6 takes place in basically a private school, and so they are. I'll give you a little bit of it. They're infiltrating a private girls' school, and because there's something going on there that they're gonna try and for stop from happening, basically. So a lot of them are dressed up as students. Renee is dressed up as a teacher. Some of the other group is basically a faculty. So I thought this would be kind of fun to have her like trying to look like an innocent schoolgirl, and I put her in the school uniform and stuff, but that she's also all covered in blood, and she's trying to look all sweet and innocent, even though it's like she's just covered in blood. So
I think it'll probably still look good on her.
I was thinking that after even if nothing happens tonight with the bids and stuff, I'm gonna hand it in. I'm gonna have it colored and put it in part of the campaign, maybe a cover. I'm not sure, but because I think the blood would really like stand out against like the white shirt and the plaid skirt and stuff. Like the blood just all over the place. So that's kind of the idea.
Yeah, that's cool.
I like it.
I've got a suggestion here for you because everybody's like putting in these ideas like that's a like deep dish pizza, that's a cheesecake. You could have different versions of that with all that. You got one where she's covered in pizza, another one in milk, another one in cream cheese. Whatever you could. I like it. That'd be like a fun thing that you could do. Put that up on your Kickstarter. Let them choose what they want.
That's hilarious.
Or get the whole set.
Jason, you're like
that's a free idea.
Yeah, you really you created a piece that is a hotbed for all kinds of speculations and story. Genius.
Yeah.
Okay, that piece, guys,
beautiful, by the way,
is still up. Okay, for bid. Okay, we are still looking for a 150 bid on that.
Look at that piece.
Jason can probably take all those ideas. That's going to make this art piece highly memorable for the things that could come off of it.
Exactly.
All right, so let's get a bid on that. Okay.
Whoever wins it can say request can you make it into some so and so like a milk or whatever,
Yeah. Okay, and then we also have, I believe, you have the other piece, the blank sketch cover.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Right, and there is a $30 bid on that from Stevie B.
Hey,
so we got that on the board.
Thank you, Stevie.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
That's a nice, fun-looking piece there. Good to have. Okay.
I like what Stevie said. I wish his daughter eloped, so he doesn't have to pay for the wedding. It's so much cheaper, so he can bid on the art.
All right. So let's take a look at Jen. Look at that piece.
As always,
there's a reason why Jen does covers for Zenoscope.
Oh my God!
Very obvious there.
Jen, you're such an exquisite lady.
Okay, that has a current bid of $200 from Ilya, so we're looking to get The next bid on that, hopefully take that up to like 250 because that is still way undervalued.
Yeah.
Okay. Now she has a bid of $40 on the MJ that comes with the COA.
Awesome. Thank you.
Okay. So we are looking for the next bid on that, and we're still looking for a bid of $85 on the Spider-Gwen Ghost Spider blank there. Okay. Again, that's one of Jin's earliest colored pieces, so that's very, very rare that you get the combo her artwork and that being colored. So let's get a bid on that as well. All right, that takes us to there's MJ. I'm looking for the next bid on that. That takes us to Nate and Black Mouse.
Yeah, Dark Mouse.
They're the Dark Mouse. Okay, so there's a lot of artwork here.
Yeah, so
You know, Nate.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh no, you just have a really nice voice. I like listening to your voice. The only voice I ever listen to this. The only voice that I ever really like listening to is actually Mel, because he's got a killer, attractive voice, especially over the phone.
Ooh.
Wow.
But you
Things you say to your husband to go to bed on good terms.
yeah, exactly. But
buttering you
Nate,
up. Buttering you up.
you actually have a pretty good voice. I mean, not as good as Mel, but you have a very pleasant voice, by the way.
I am a happy silver medal over here.
Yes.
I'm quite content.
There you go. So you get all that.
Get the original loose drawing here with the chains.
go.
You get the remarked cover and the inside original.
And that full page, that is great work on there. Look at all that
Yes.
detail in there. Okay. Oh, yeah. And where are we at on that? I think we were at 75. So we're looking for the next bid on there. It should be pumped up on the...
Mel.
Yeah.
Mel.
Yeah.
Stevie said, I should have suggested cosplay would have been cheaper than the dress.
All right, so that Dark Mouse package deal is at $80 for that.
Thanks so much.
All right, and now let's go to Philip, who's working on the Dark Knight and Robin.
Whoa. Oh my God.
And that has a current bid of 69 on there.
Wow.
Current bid of 69. So we're looking for the next bid on that.
Wow. Phil.
So you can take that to 75. Everybody's got good artwork today.
Clean
Phil, you-
lines.
I know. Bill, you're like the true Batman here.
And you're right. So good voice is like buying fish at a steakhouse.
Huh? I don't get it. What
I
does that
actually like the voices. If you ever go to a fish market, okay, and the amount of yelling that they do there, those guys got good voices, good strong voices. If you ever hear that, yeah, because they're all trying to overtalk each other and get their products heard by everyone. Yeah, that's always a good thing. I always enjoyed watching all those guys yelling there. All right, so that's where we stand on the artwork. We've got about like 7 minutes left. Let's do the giveaways. First one we have is a Demon Bitch print from Christy Shin.
Oh, Christy.
Oh, you know Christy.
Yeah.
There you go. And let's go ahead and roll that.
Oh wow, that's nice.
Suhar. That's actually from Mog Park.
Oh, I was gonna say, wow, that doesn't look different.
Yeah, it's
little
Christie's
different.
character, but it's artwork that Mog did for Christie. So this is Demon Bitch by Mark Park. Let's roll that, JD.
Oh, that's cool.
EVB.
Hey.
Okay. The next thing we have is a fiendish postcard by Irene Chen. I hope I said this right. Strychalski. Okay. Now I haven't met her yet. Okay, but this card was dropped off to us. I saw it and I've checked her out. So eventually I'd like to get her on the show. I think she's got an interesting project that you guys would be all interested in hearing about. So let's roll for this. Hell yeah. Takes that home. Very good. Okay.
Oh yeah.
So now the next thing we have is Shadow Hunters number 5 that Jason is giving up. Right. So you'll get a taste of what this series is about. And hopefully that will get you to back the next issue, which is coming up next month. Don't forget to hit that follow button in the comments. Give Jason some of your support out there.
Please.
Thanks.
Jason's an amazing guy.
Oh,
Mike takes that home.
Ooh, Mike! Congratulations.
Congratulations, Mike.
All right.
I'll throw some extra goodies in there for him too.
There you go. All right. Now we have the Dark Mouse sticker set from Nate, who's giving this up. Really appreciate that. There you go. And we're going to roll for that.
Who's it going to be? And I'll kiss each sticker. That way you have a little bit of me with you.
Steve takes that home.
Steve. You get all the Steves.
All right. So now the next piece we have, the last piece, is our Art in Dark piece. So I'm going to describe this to you and then show it to you, okay? It's an exclusive print, limited to 30 from Ethereal Comics from their series, If It Hops, the Neverland series. The art is by April Reina. You may know her. This was from 2022. So it features the main character. It's a rabbit, a female rabbit, on a beach. Very, very sexy, risque. It's got a captain's hooks is on the beach too. There's a large crocodile, pirate ship, a skull island, all kinds of stuff to make this piece look interesting. And that I can't show that to you. And that is our Art in the Dark. So that's as much as I can show.
Okay? I thought it was like they drew it while the lights were off or something.
Okay, but it is an 11 by 17 print. So you will get this if you win this. It's on a very good cardstock paper. So let's go ahead and roll for this.
Mystery
Our
art.
first Art in the Dark. Aces.
Congrats.
Go ahead and wins that. And don't forget to fill out the magic form, which JD will post in the comments very shortly. So if you want any of those, please fill that out so that way we know where to go ahead and mail that to you. We'll take care of the shipping, so don't worry about that.
But you know what? I think either it was Stevie or someone who asked, what kind of music do you guys listen to when you draw?
To who?
Everybody.
Oh,
I listen to a lot of ambient music.
yeah, a lot of soundtracks.
I listen to my own voice.
Interesting. Yeah.
Pure
Wow.
monologue.
Wow.
Now, we've got a couple more minutes left, so go ahead and get those bids in there. Okay.
A lot of synthwave.
Next week we have Carl Choi will be joining us as our special guest, and he's bringing his new title Zero Ghost to the show. So we'll be taking a look at that a look at that. Right. All right, let's do one more quick round. See what we have. Starting with Mog again.
What?
And this is the second cover that she's working on, blank sketch cover. Looking for a bid of 75 on that. We already have one on the Shadow Hunters. Can you show the Shadow Hunters again?
Okay. Shadow Hunter. So this is the happy girl here, and then this is kind of like a goth.
Yeah.
Emo girl, goth, right here.
Mm-hmm.
Into it.
So you don't want to mess with her. She's she's got attitude.
All right.
And then this one is very just kind of happy.
Still got a little time to go ahead and bid on those and go ahead and put that into the
Oh,
comics.
those are amazing, Mog.
All right, let's look
Oh,
at
thank you.
Jason. Final look at yours.
Wow.
All right, we've got the 11 by 17 Jenna, looking for a bid of $150. We do have a bid of $30 on the Shadow Hunters Bite Me blank sketch cover there. Okay, so we're looking for the next bid on that.
So cute.
Okay. And now to Jen. Look at that. Look at that. Okay. Currently at 200, looking for the next bid. Got about a minute left to put that in. And then she's got the MJ. There you go. That currently has a bid on there as well.
The MJ is
JD, if you can put that ticker tape back on there so we can see where the bids are at. And then also the Gwen blank sketch cover. Thank you, JD. All right, so you can go ahead and place a bid on those. Looking for a bid of $75. Looking for a bid of $80 on the Gwen, and the already has a bid of $40 on the MJ. So we're looking for the next bid on that. And now to Nate. Nathaniel, there you go. There's the artwork. Okay. Has a current bid of $75, I believe, on all that. Plus the inside.
Oh, wait, plus the inside.
There you
the
go.
Inside exists.
All that. Right, currently at $80. Looking for the next bid of $85. A few seconds left. Okay. Get it while you can.
Thanks,
and then
guys.
we go to Mr. Philip McVan. Let's look at this. Oh my God!
God.
That's a shirt.
Hey.
Oh God.
Doing my best to keep up. Last week I didn't finish in time, so
69 on that. He's still got to work on the bat signal on the top there. Okay.
Nice.
So looking
Hey.
for the next bid on that, and we
What
are
temperature
about to go. Okay. So I want to thank everybody for coming on tonight. I really do appreciate it. You guys gave a great show. Don't forget to support our artists where you can. Get on their links, give them support, show them some love, and please like, share, comment this show so that way we can get it out to more people out there. And next week again, we have Carl Choi that will be joining us, and we'll be checking out his Zero Ghosts. So until then, thank you everyone again for coming by, and to our special guest Jason. We'll be seeing you guys all soon, hopefully at the cons. Take care. Goodbye. Good night.
Thank you. Download our app on Google Play and the App Store. It's so simple, even my mommy can use it.